everybody, this is Lady K here at Metrocon 2013 again, and with me right now I have the one and only Phil Lamarr. How are we doing tonight, Phil?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing very well. I'll be very tired.
Until tomorrow.
2 kids plus con equals very tired mommy. Now, you have been on the comedy scene for a very, very long time. You've done a lot of stand-up work.
No, improv.
Oh, improv, excuse me. But getting to improv, what would you say is one of your fondest memories from Mad TV? And if you had the chance, would you go back?
My fondest memories. There were a handful of the film sketches we did in the first 2 years that I just thought were great. The one that comes to mind, actually throughout the run, there were a few sketches that I just loved. There was a sketch that comedian Patton Oswalt wrote when he was a writer, I think that was second season, about a general giving an inspirational speech. It looked like the beginning of Patton, and the guy just can't keep his mind straight about what he's saying. When we attack the enemy tomorrow, today. When we attack the enemy today, and there was a Terminator parody that was sort of Terminator meets the greatest story ever told, the story of the Bible, and it's basically the Terminator is sent back in time, not to save John Connor, but to save Jesus. So, and it was Dave Herman as Jesus and Brian Callen as Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator. Get down! They're trying to kill you. No, I'm supposed to die. And that one was just brilliant because it was in no way blasphemous. It was really funny, tasteful, and it totally was true. It followed Jesus said, you can't kill people.
I would have loved to have seen this.
And it's the same speech that in Terminator 2 that John Connor gives to the Terminator. It's like, you can't go around killing people. Why? Because it's wrong, but it's Jesus saying you can't kill people, which is, totally what he would say. Anyway, those are fond memories. As to whether I would go back, I would do another sketch show. I wouldn't go back to that one. And also, a lot of the stuff we did was really great. Some of it was not, but I don't know. Having done it for 5 years, my personal bar is pretty high. It would have to be a really good show, or back up a truck full of money, one or the other.
Now, actually, there's something I came across the other day. I've been trying to get as much information on it. It's a webisode for Not for Hire, I believe it is, based off the book All for Naught.
Oh.
What can you tell us about the series and your character, Mark 1?
Nothing. Well, a little bit. It hasn't been done yet. It's
it's in the works.
It's a project in development by my friend Jeff Berman. All I know is my character is one of several artificial intelligence, living inanimate objects that inhabit the world that the story takes place in. I believe Mark 1 is an elevator.
I believe you're right. From what I was able to get, the little bit of information I was able to get from the website, did mention that his mood swings are pretty up and down.
But I'm bummed. Oh God, because when you said, there's something I found on the internet, I'm like, oh God, is it going to be one of my false credits? There are a handful of things, like on Wikipedia one time, they credited me with being the host of a Canadian kids show in 1974. Like, I was a kid in 1974. But apparently there was one of the hosts then, like a picture of him I saw, looked a little bit like I look now. So someone, because it's all on YouTube, no one can tell where anything came from. They thought, that looks like Phil Lamarr, and then put it on Wikipedia without actually thinking or checking or looking at credits. Because God knows that's so hard. And there's also a Naruto credit on something, IMDb, I think, that is not correct. I've unfortunately never done an episode of Naruto.
actually, speaking of voiceover work, you've got a whole bunch of voice acting under your belt. For instance, Jon Stewart, the Green Lantern from Justice League, one of my favorites, I might add, one of my favorite iterations. Static from Static Shock. Vamp from the Metal Gear Solid series.
You say that 5 times fast.
Enunciate, Shauna. How could I forget Samurai Jack?
Yes.
Love that series. I've been showing it to my daughter on Netflix.
Oh, good. Yeah, I didn't do a lot of talking in it, but I'm very proud to be part of it.
In your experience, which would you say is your preference, actually, voice acting or live action?
My preference is actually well-written projects, good scripts, which you can find in live action or, I would say that Samurai Jack has more in common with Pulp Fiction than it has in common with, I'm trying to think of, what's a bad cartoon I work, Handy Manny. Which is not a bad cartoon, but it's not great writing.
Yeah.
You show up, kids have fun with it, they learn how to say a Spanish word, but it's not a part that you just go, oh man, this is great. And the thing is, when something is well written, whether it's 4 lines, in an action-oriented, Samurai Jack, or 150 lines in a great episode of Justice League, that feeds you, in a way, the same way that, doing a great, play on stage. That's why people talk about these playwrights, Eugene O'Neill and David Mamet, is because their words really thrill you to say and to hear. And it's the same thing with a good script. It's amazing to watch what they do with it if they don't screw it up. And the bad stuff is a paycheck. But we all have to do some stuff that's not that great.
Trust me, I know that. Again, getting back to my daughter, she's a huge fan of Kaijudo.
Oh, cool.
She started watching it on the Hub, and I got really intrigued by the series.
And when we talk about writing,
that has some really deep writing in it. I love it. I'm not ashamed to say that I will sit down and watch it with her every week when the new episode comes up. What insights can you give us about the new season?
Well, I don't want to give out any spoilers, but I can say that generally speaking, we go deeper into the world beyond the veil. And at times it gets a little darker and a little sadder. As the show's gone on, it's gotten, I think, a little more. Especially for Ray. Actually, for my character Gabe, it actually gets pretty good. I've got a girlfriend. Well, sort of. I think that's pretty much all I can say without spoilers.
Oh, sorry. Wow. Derailed. Are there any, still can't talk today, are there any other projects that you're working on that you might be able to hint at without getting into trouble?
Yes. Which ones? There's a new animated show that's going to be on Fox at the beginning of next year called Murder Police. It's by a kid named Jason Ruiz. He voices the main character and does the writing, along with David Goodman, a producer I worked with on Family Guy.
Okay.
And it's really, really funny and in some ways really, really wrong. It's set in a police station, and it's some raunchy in the way that Family Guy can be, but not the same vibe, not the same cutaways and all that. But it's really fun. What else am I working on?
Sometimes that makes it all the more satisfying.
Yeah. We're doing a podcast, a group of friends of mine. We do a stage show in LA called The Black Version, which is an improvised thing.
I did see that on your website.
Yes, it's up on the website. And also, we would do these improv shows on stage, and people would like, oh my God, that's amazing, because we take a classic movie, and then we improvise the black version of it. Like we did Jaws, that was Catfish. We did the black version of Ghost, Boo. And we did the black version of Silence of the Lambs. Why are you eating people?
Oh, God.
But, you do the show, and it's gone. So we decided to try to figure out a way to make it a little more permanent. And we're doing this thing called Blackout Television, which has got its own website, blackouttelevision.com. And it's the same group of us, and each week we record a improvised show.
I'm going to have to subscribe to this.
Oh, it's so much fun. Sometimes it's sort of this Black Today show called Morning Blackout. I'm sort of a, Bryant Gumbel type of host. Other times it's like a wild, wacky morning radio show. We're the Free Range Farm. Ain't no morning zoo here. Our animals are running wild. And then other times it's the community show As Black Men. And it's all just really ridiculous. One episode we had Will Smith come by on his jetpack to rescue Jaden, because Will's got that kind of money.
Yeah.
He'd have a jetpack and a helicarrier.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun.
That sounds like fun. Unfortunately, I do believe that is all the time we have.
Okay.
Thank you guys for taking the time to watch us.
If in fact you did. Oh wait, you wouldn't get to the end without watching. Okay, good, thanks.
Thank you, Phil, for taking time out of your day to spend it with us.
Thanks, Shannon.
I think I need a nap.
Breathe. No nap for you. Baby got a nap first. Mama then has to
Oh,
do the
no.
dishes.
Baby already did nap.
Really?
Yeah.
So that means you really can't nap.
Mama still needs you. Yeah, but thank you again for joining us today.
Of course.
And this is Lady K with RBTEntertainment.com signing off.